but it definitely it's a struggle. I feel like for musicians in the Midwest, even in larger cities, even in those more populated places, to really make a dent and get people behind you and get people to care about what you're doing. But it really was just like a bunch of bros having fun, drinking beers, making music.
I feel like I'm really lucky to have found everybody in Dreamgirl because it just clicks.
Hi, we're Dreamgirl, and this is the makings of an artist.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Makings of an Artist podcast. My name is Sebastian Cowsill, and today we have with us the beautiful Dream Pop Midwest group, Dreamgirl today. Dreamgirl, thank you guys for being with us this afternoon.
Hi.
Hello.
Before we get into it, can I have everyone say their names and their role or roles within the group?
Yeah, I'm Ian Dobbins, and I play drums.
Skylar Smith, I play guitar.
Austin Marks, guitar.
Lacey Hopkins, vocals, keyboards, guitar.
And then we all write.
Yeah, we all play. Everybody plays keyboards.
Yeah.
Ian plays drums.
That's pretty
We all do. Ian plays other stuff too, but not in Dreamgirl. So, yeah.
So you guys have been together for a few years now. You dropped an EP and an album together. But I want to start from the beginning with you guys. And how exactly did everyone meet?
So Skylar and I met in around Thanksgiving of 2008. I met somebody at college, and he was from the same town as Skylar, and I went home for the holidays with him. He was my boyfriend at the time. I became friends with Skylar. Me and that guy aren't dating anymore, but Skylar and I are still bros. So we started playing music together in 2009. Skylar asked me to be in one of his bands, and I got kicked out of it. And then I got asked to rejoin, and then that band broke up, and we started Dreamgirl. We borrowed Austin from another band, and
then we broke that band up.
Yeah. A couple years after that, after some lineup changes, we found Ian, and he joined. We'd met him just through the Kansas City music scene, and I think that's how, right?
Yeah.
Well, he knew Sam,
Yeah.
our old bass player.
They went to school together.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So music was something each of you were interested in before meeting each other. That was kind of the dream for each of you, would say?
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
When you started Dreamgirl in specific, was the goal always to run big with it, or was it something you guys did for fun on the side at first?
I don't know. I mean, it was always really fun.
Yeah.
Best part of my week, but I don't know.
It was fulfilling for me.
Yeah, it was really fulfilling, and like I always knew that the songwriting was really good. Well, I thought so. So I was just like, this could be something. Yeah, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
My perspective was like coming from like singer-songwriter kind of world. It was really cool to come into an atmosphere where everybody's writing together, and like it was so much fun, and still is fun.
Yeah, I think like to touch on what Skylar was saying, I think we always thought the songs were like had the potential to reach like a larger audience, but it really was just like a bunch of bros having fun, drinking beers, making music, having, that we like to listen to too. So, it was, and it's still fun. It's a lot of fun still, but I don't think we really knew that this would happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you guys said you had other bands before this and stuff too, but during your come up, did you guys have side hustles when you started out too? Were any of you in school, or did you have jobs that you were doing while you were doing this as well? Or do you still?
We all still have jobs. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't pay the bills quite yet.
No.
Is it hard balancing those jobs with music, or do you guys find a way to make it work?
Both. It's extremely hard, but we make effort every week to get together, and like we all care about it, and making it happen is really important. But yeah, the strain that happens with our jobs is definitely tough.
Yeah, luckily we all have jobs for the most part where we can get a lot of time off,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks because we don't have that much money when we get back. But I mean, I don't know, it's nice. The people at my job support me a lot, and I just work at a grocery store, so like for me, so it's great.
That's awesome. I was also curious too. I love your guys' band name, Dreamgirl. Tell me the story behind that. Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
Skylar came up with it.
I was sitting in my room and just thinking of band names because we just started this band.
We couldn't figure out what to name it.
For like a couple months, and then I don't know, I was just like, Dreamgirl's a cool name. And I looked it up to see if any other band had taken it, and nobody had, and I was surprised. So I was like, all right, one word, Dreamgirl. Like, and we've been Dreamgirl ever since, yeah.
That's very cool. And I also saw your guys' Spotify description that you said you're a family of friends lost in a dream. What exactly does that mean to you guys as well? And what is the dream for you as a whole?
Writing music together. Like, I feel like I'm really lucky to have found everybody in Dreamgirl because it just clicks. Everybody gets it. We work well together. The songs we write are fun. I don't know. It's always fun to get together with everybody. So that's kind of what it is for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the same boat as Skylar. It's really cool to have people that you actually can do things, and you don't, like, egos don't clash.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you guys started, at what point did you guys kind of realize that synergy was there, and did you drop the other bands and whatever else you were doing at the time?
We were forced to.
Yeah.
We had 2 band members quit, and then we were like, we're not going to stop making music together.
Yeah.
So we scrambled and found Austin pretty quick. And the first time we jammed with Austin was like,
yeah, we kind of knew that at that point that it was there. And then when our first drummer quit, that was like right before our songs like blew up on the internet, like when we got our streaming thing started happening. And so we tried out a couple different drummers and it just didn't work. And that's really, that's a really hard thing to replace too. Yeah. And then we found Ian and I feel like it just clicked all over again. We were just like, oh, thank God. Like, yes, it's Ian. He's here. Like, this is the band. And Ian's been with us now for like, how many years?
I'm going
almost 4. Right? Yeah. So
feels weird.
Yeah. Like, you're still the new guy, but you're not anymore.
Yeah.
You're really not.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I love that. One thing I found interesting too, and that I really want to dial in on, is the fact that you guys are from the Midwest. So just for background for people who don't know, you guys started out in St. Joseph, Missouri, and now you're in Kansas City, Missouri. What was it like starting out from the Midwest, and especially from a decently sized town, but not a huge city?
So I moved to I lived in Springfield for like the first
2 years.
2 years of the band, and I drove to St. Joseph every weekend. So it is crazy to think about. I put so many miles on my car. It's nuts to think about. But so where I was living, I felt like Springfield had a more vibrant music scene that people seemed to care about more than St. Joe. So it was kind of like when Dreamgirl came out in St. Joe, like no one really cared or took us seriously, which is fine. There weren't any other bands doing like with the kind of like surfy dream pop sound, really in the area, because St. Joe's not too far from Kansas City, maybe with the exception of Shy Boys. But much love to St. Joe, but it's a struggle. I feel like for musicians in the Midwest, even in larger cities, even in those more populated places, to really make a dent and get people behind you and get people to care about what you're doing. We did get lucky. Somebody that worked at the newspaper there, his name's Andrew Gogg. He was always super nice to us. He wrote about us when no one else would. So the St. Joseph Press was really nice to us, for sure.
We had a decent following, though. I mean, we never had a bad show there.
No.
I looked at St. Joe as like a really special place because it was kind of like an incubator. Like,
Definitely.
we didn't have any outside, there were no bands, really. And nobody influenced any of us other than maybe in Kansas City.
Yeah.
We never really went to Kansas City, so like it was kind of an incubator where we could figure out our own sound with no outside influence, and
Definitely.
I feel like that was what made St. Joe special. Like, it's kind of a weird city though too. It's probably the weirdest city I've ever lived in.
So do you guys feel like you get more support from KC though, from the city itself, than you did St. Joseph?
Yeah. Our shows are usually pretty good. I mean, people come out. We have a lot of fun at our shows. We never have a bad show, but I will say, like, we do get more support in other cities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of radio play in Kansas City. We don't see a lot of press, but at the same time, it's okay because we don't really need it at this point. And I would feel silly like wanting it at this point. Like, we can see where our listenership is, like on streaming, and Kansas City's like consistently our 42nd or 43rd city for listens, which it's has a vastly smaller population than say Los Angeles, which is our first city. But yeah, the Midwest, it comes around when it does, but I feel like landlocked surf rock people in the Midwest are not that crazy about it. So maybe, I don't know, not yet.
Do you guys ever see yourself moving out to LA or anywhere if things escalate, or do you think you'll always keep your main base in the Midwest?
I'd like to stay in the. Oh, go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, we've got roots here that are pretty set in stone. I know that like my family is really important to me, and being around like my mom and my sisters is important. And I know Lacey kind of shares that with her mom.
Yeah.
And being close to Springfield, and Austin owns his house, and Skylar's family's here, and we love going out to Los Angeles, but like the cost of living out there is insane. We do better like just flying there for a show and coming home immediately, and it's like less financially taxing than it would be to spend a considerable amount of time out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd say we're Midwest forever. I mean, it's our home, and I love it here. I mean, it's where all our families are, and it's special to us and to our sound, I think, too. So
yeah, I also wouldn't. I hate when bands from Kansas City are like, we're moving to LA or we're moving to New York, thinking like that's going to like make the difference. Like, the music's there, the music's there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to leave the Midwest. Like, that's why I think the Midwest is also very special. And that's why Kansas City right now has all these different types of music, because it's just like becoming a melting pot, kind of.
Yeah, it's a place to be for sure.
Mm-hmm. One thing too I wanted to ask you guys about is your guys' sound. It's so unique, and it's not something you hear from this area, that surf pop genre. Where exactly did that inspiration come from? Have you guys been doing that for a while before you met each other?
Kind of.
I definitely have. I feel like my songwriting, I guess my formulas haven't changed very much, and my voice is still the same. So I grew up on like that. I grew up on oldies like 50s and 60s music, surf rock, that my parents listened to. So I was always just like, I loved that music. I wanted to make pop music like that, and that I like to listen to that music too. There's just something about summertime feel good music that that's always what I've wanted to make. So, and Skylar plays a Dan Electro, and he's got that guitar gold that just goes over it so nicely that it's like, yeah, we've I mean, we have some songs that are more synth led and synth based, and I enjoy that part of our music too. Like, I really like how we kind of do more than one thing, but there are all those elements that always keep it sounding cohesive, I think, to our true sound, which is very surfy. So, yeah.
You know, I don't really know. For me, how I mean, it just kind of happened. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't come from a surfy background really at all. So it was really cool to come into this environment. And Skylar's a big influence of mine as far as guitar playing goes, and just songwriting in general. One of my favorite things about all of it.
Very cool. Well, I only have a couple of questions left, and then I'll let you guys go. But the first is, what advice would you give to an artist who's trying to make it right now in a similar position as you guys? Like, what would you give to a Midwest artist?
Don't overthink it.
Yeah, I've always said with Dreamgirl, I know this might not always be good advice, but like, let the music speak for itself. Like, believe in your music.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, find people that you care for, and like, you have that bond, and like, that's kind of the formula for it, honestly. Like, when you have a good group of people, and everybody kind of, you don't really have a vision, everybody just kind of does their own thing, but it's cohesive somehow. It's very weird and very lucky.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, just keep going and don't advertise too much, because it's just annoying.
And practice. Like, I would make your craft good, and then nobody, believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing, and that's infectious to people, I think, because I've been telling people about Dreamgirl for like 6 years now, being like, we're really good, like, we're really cool, I promise, we're really cool, like, check it out. And if you don't believe it, no one else will. So
very cool. And the last is kind of looking forward. What's next for Dreamgirl? Do you guys have anything coming up you want to promote or tease? I think I saw that an Instagram post recently, it was an album year. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We're working on it right now. We've been working on it for a long time. We thought we were going to have an EP out this year. That didn't happen because we have toured our asses off this year and just been so busy.
Replaced bassist, didn't we?
Got a new bassist. Yeah,
new bassists.
We've had 2020. We're looking at a new album. We are touring Texas in January. And really our focus right now is just getting this album out. We hope to have it out spring is the goal. So we're looking, that's really our main focus right now, is just that new album. So
awesome. Well, we're all excited to hear it, but thank you guys for taking your time to come on the show. I really do appreciate it. If people want to find you online, where can they go? What's your guys' social media or website or anything?
So we are you can find everything at dreamgirldreamworld.com. That's dreamgirldreamworld.com. That has all of our socials linked there, but we are Dreamgirl Music on Instagram. We are Dreamgirl KCMO on Twitter, and then we are on Facebook. Dreamgirl, it's a picture of all of us with cucumbers on our eyes. Yeah. Thanks so much for having us, Sebastian.
No problem. I had a great time. Everyone go check them out there. Go look them up on Spotify, Apple Music too. Again, thank you guys for spending some time with me, and I hope you guys all have a good one.
Thank you.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
A huge shout out to Dreamgirl for coming onto the show and having a great conversation with me. Listen to the new interview today with the unique growl pop group from LA, Dan and Drum, as we talk about their early beginnings, what it was like finding their sound, the future for their music, and more, today on Patreon at patreon.com/MOAA. As always, don't forget to subscribe, download the episode, and leave us some ratings on iTunes, as it really does help. Thank you for tuning in though, and we'll see you at the next episode.